Lost again, going back around, dreaming of a time when I get things right.
Hi everyone, my name is April. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you're returning. Today we are doing a Dollar Tree DIY. I'm showing you how to make a two-tier tray and also a farmhouse trash to treasure, one using thrifted items and one using actual trash. So please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy it, and I invite you to subscribe to my channel if you like what you see. And let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so we're going to start with our two-tier tray. These are the supplies that you will need to make it like mine. I'm using one of the Dollar Tree burner covers out of the pack, and one of these Dollar Tree cake pans, and then two of these glass candlestick holders, and then some E6000 and a little bit of hot glue. I also wanted to mention that this video is in collaboration with my sweet friend over at Trays' Treasures, so please go check her out if you're interested. She does a lot of trash to treasures and thrift store upcycles just like I do. Her and I love the same kind of decor, and we've been struggling to get this video out together, so please go show her some love. Tell her that you came from my channel, and she's such a sweet lady and I really enjoy her channel a lot, so I hope you'll check her out. You will need some white paint. I'm using Waverly chalk paint that you can get at Walmart, and I'm using a paintbrush. Now you can spray paint this, and it might be easier for you to spray paint yours. I always just paint mine. I did try to spray paint it, but it was super windy outside, and so this huge gust of wind came, and I got all of these little things from my tree that fell all over and stuck to everything. I got so frustrated, I just decided to go ahead and paint mine, and so either way works fine. Here we are going to assemble our tray, and so I'm just putting some E6000 down. Now this is definitely what you'll want to use. You can use hot glue only, but it won't be very sturdy. If you bump it or move it around, it will most likely fall apart eventually. So I do suggest using the E6000, and it does take several hours to dry, but it does make it very sturdy. So you'll just want to assemble it like I'm showing here, and I'm just using a little bit of hot glue. Okay, so here's what it looks like after I glued it all together. And now I'm just going to go ahead and take some paint and just kind of go around the edges just to give it kind of an enameled look. Next, I'm taking a little bit of Elephant Gray by Apple Barrel and some black ink by Waverly, but it really doesn't matter. You can use black or gray, whichever you prefer. I just didn't want mine to be super harsh black. I just wanted to soften it up a little bit. And I'm just taking a paintbrush and going around the edges. I wanted to give it an enameled look, and so I just went all around the edge on the top and the bottom. And then I took a paper towel. I've never tried this technique, but I just kind of scrunched it up and dabbed it in my paint. You just want to make sure and kind of, once you dab it, kind of dab it off to the side so that you don't have any globs on there, and just kind of tap around. Now maybe next time I do this I'll do a better job, but I do like the way it turned out. It just kind of gives it an enameled look. It kind of makes it look like that's where the paint has chipped off. Okay, so here's how it looks after I did the paper towel technique. I like it. It's different than how I normally do it, and I like it. I think it turned out pretty good. And then here I'm just going around the inside edge as well. Now that the tray is done, I decided to take something and decorate it. These are two little Dollar Tree frames. This is all stuff that I've had forever, you guys. This is me using my stash. I didn't go out and buy this stuff. So I just pulled off the little rolling pins and then sanded it down, painted it white, painted them white. And then I took some antique wax by Waverly and just kind of brushed it around the frame and then wiped it off with a paper towel. I've done this before in a previous video, and I just really like the way it turns out. It just kind of gives it a wood framed look, and I think it looks really nice. And so that is how it looks once you're done. These are two little decals that I made on my Cricut. These were both 99 cents each. I just typed in rooster and cow on my Cricut design space, and I think they're super cute. So here I am decorating my tray with the things that I made, my two little frames, and blowing off some stuff on there. And then I have some farmhouse beads that I made in a previous video, and these are two empty dog food cans that I just painted white and stuck some Walmart lavender in there, and then some beads that I made in a previous video, and I think this turned out so cute.
Lost again, going back around, dreaming of a time when I get things right, lost in the shadows of a million stars.
So out here in my garage, I have this pile of stuff. You guys, I've shown it to you many times, and it's getting smaller. I can't go thrifting. I'm so sad about it. But anyway, I have this huge tool chest or wood caddy. It is so cool because I've never seen one this big. So I want to paint this. So let's see what we can do with this. Now that I brought it in here, this thing is really big, you guys, so it's definitely not gonna fit. I'll show you. Well, maybe. I was gonna try to put it under here. This is my sink, below my sink in my craft room, and I thought it would look kind of neat sitting under here. I don't know if that will look neat or not. Maybe not on second thought, but anyway, let's go ahead and figure out what color we're gonna paint it.
So I just decided to go with my trusty old Waverly white chalk paint. I just covered the whole thing except for around the edges. I did want to leave it looking a little distressed.
Count on my company and I will come.
Okay, so here's what it looks like after 2 coats. You can see how I kind of left it looking distressed around the edges, which is exactly what I wanted. It would be the same thing that I would do if I was going to sand it, but when you're painting it, you can just do the same thing, just sort of, you know, go thicker in the middle, and then on the edges, not so much. And here you can see, see that? That is from 2 pieces of brush hair. There's no hair there, but they got stuck and they dried. And I peeled them off after it dried, and that is why those cheap paintbrushes drive me crazy. I think they're great to use and they're what I use, but that is the one thing that drives me crazy, is that they shed and they get stuck in the wet paint. And so I missed a couple there, but I'll try to sand them off. So I think it looks really good. I'm gonna take it out to my garage and just sand it down a little bit. Okay, so here's how it looks after I distressed it. I just did a little bit up here and just all along the edges. Really just minor distressing. It's late at night, you guys, that's why I didn't take you out there to show you, but I usually show you how I distress in every video when I do it. And on this side, same thing, just a little bit along the edges here and all along here, and I really like the way it looks.
Here's just a decal that I made on my Cricut.
Slip away if I come too far. Pick me up.
For some reason, when I created the farmers market, or the word farmers, there was an apostrophe, but for some reason it doesn't print out with an apostrophe. So I'm not sure what the deal is there, so I just cut a little piece of vinyl and created one. And there's been so many times where when I'm weeding out the letters, I lose my apostrophe, so a lot of times I just have to cut one anyway, and then I'm not sure why there's a big huge space between the F and the A. Because when you scrunch your letters together, they all scrunch together evenly, so I don't know why there's a big space there, but It looks okay. I do think that the words should have been a little bit bigger. Here I'm just trying to kind of make them look distressed with some paint.
I redid this in my last video, just this little thing, and stuck these sunflowers in here, so I thought these might look pretty in here. This thing is so huge, it's hard to find something big to go in here. So maybe like that, I don't know. And then I have this jug, and I thought maybe this would look good here, like that. And then I have these beads that I made a long time ago, several videos ago, and I love them. Maybe like that. I don't know. What do you guys think? Something like that. Beads just always look good. I've had comments before where people have said, what's the deal with beads? Like, what is the purpose? They're just decoration. They're just a farmhouse thing, and they just look really pretty. I also think they look good with shabby chic. Very pretty with shabby chic as well. Maybe that's not a thing. Maybe that's just my opinion, but definitely farmhouse. So maybe something like that. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think sunflowers look pretty in here. Just like that. I love it.
Send a prayer if I'm out of luck. Send a little love and I'll make it back. Send me a letter and a bottle of wine, telling me I will be fine. Baby, I'm stuck with a halfway heart. Slip away if I come too far. Pick me up when I'm in pieces. Oh, that halfway heart of mine is a rolling stone. Make me roll right home. Halfway hard. Halfway hard. Sing to me if I lose my voice.
Next, I have this laundry detergent bottle that's empty, and I have been saving everything, you guys. Another great inspiration for Trash to Treasures is Casey over at Coffee with My Sunshine. I love her channel, and ever since I started watching her, I save all of my trash. So I just decided to take my Arteza X-Acto knife and just cut off the top. You could use a sharp knife to do the same thing, or a box cutter. And then I'm using this color Sage by Folk Art. It's a beautiful color, and I'm taking some Dollar Tree beads and just hot gluing them all around the top just to give it a nice pretty detail to make it look like an actual flower container rather than, you know, an empty bottle of detergent. And so you just want to be careful when you hot glue your beads. I say this every time I do it, because when you paint them, the hot glue will really show up. So I just do enough on the bottom and each edge, and then of course when you're done, if you're like me, you have hot glue strings everywhere, you want to pull those off and then you can paint them. And I just think they give a beautiful detail. And then I took some white paint and just kind of dry brushed the whole thing.
Okay, you guys, so this is what I created for the picture that I'm working on. I think this will look cute. Hopefully it's the right size. I'm doing this on my Cricut, and then I just have to add the vinyl, and then I will make the 2 decals.
Jump into the car on a Friday night. I wanna drive with you. Looking for a bar in the nearest town.
I could not find a cent sign on my Cricut. If you guys know how to get the cent sign, will you let me know? So I had to take a Sharpie and draw it in, no big deal. You could also hand draw your words on a bottle. That would look really pretty. And thank you guys for the tip on my couple videos ago. You guys told me to use Mod Podge on my paint when I paint plastic, and it really does help. So thank you. And this is how it turned out. And that is it, you guys. I hope you all have a beautiful day. Happy Easter. Take care. Be safe. I love you guys. And don't forget to check out Trace's Treasures. And I will talk to you soon with some gardening videos.
And I also just wanted to say thank you really quick to those of you that commented on my last video. I mentioned my garden and that I would like to share my garden with you, and several of you said that you would be interested, so thank you for that. I'm so excited. I'm gonna go out there and work today. Now, you guys, I am not great at gardening. I'm pretty good at growing flowers, and I do grow vegetables every year, but I may be able to get some tips from you guys. It will be fun to share with you, and you know, maybe you can learn something from me, but I bet that you guys could teach me something too. So it'll just be fun to share ideas back and forth, and I'm so excited. So thank you for responding. Thank you for the feedback. I love you guys. And
Jump into the car and